It's the Class 2 state championship game. The Strasburg Rams are back in the state title game. They're facing off against Glenvar. Now pleased to be joined with the head coach of the Strasburg Rams, Tripp. Coach, really appreciate your time as always. Last week, a big win over Poquoson in the state semifinals. Coach, it looked like just your team capitalizing on the mistakes that Poquoson was able to make. What stood out to you from that aspect of the football game?
I just think, we put a lot of pressure on them, specifically up front. I mean, we were doing a good job of getting pressure on them and making sure that they were under distress there anytime they tried to do anything offensively. And that was really the key to the game was our line play up front, because they're very, very talented and very big up front. So I felt like we dominated the game in the trenches, which is what we wanted to do, and it worked out.
It seems like week in and week out, we consistently talk about the line play, both offensively and defensively. And offensively, Quincy Williams able to get some big runs. I know he had a touchdown in the game as well. Just the consistency of your line play, that must be a great feeling going into this state title game. What's really stood out to you about how hard both lines work for this football team?
Well, that's been a strong point of our team all year. So, we go down to practice every day and we work them guys, and we get to see how good they are every day. And we got to get one more game out of them. And I think they'll really shine on Saturday.
Take me through the running game. I know in part of the offensive line, but Quincy having a good day. I know Brady had some good runs as well. What stood out to you from that side of the football?
Just how well we blocked up front and how hard our running backs ran. I mean, I think we ran extremely well. And, even a couple times where we couldn't get them guys blocked, the running backs really did a good job of getting, the dirty 2 or 3 yards that you got to get when things aren't going well. So we did a good job of getting behind our pads and falling forward after contact. So I was glad to see that.
So, Coach, I know after a big win, I know a lot of celebration, but I know your motto after the game on Saturday. You're back in the film room, watching film, getting your players prepared, and doing the same exact routine week in and week out. The opponent this time is Glenvar. I'm just curious, what do you see out of a Glenvar team who had a pretty close game down in their matchup against Union? What do they present to the gridiron in this matchup?
Well, Glenvar's an extremely talented, well-coached team. And, there's no surprise they're going to try to throw the ball. They've got the most decorated passer in the state of Virginia at quarterback. He's 130, 140, 150 touchdowns or something crazy like that for his career. And it's going to come down to stopping him. They've got good receivers. They got a capable running back when they do decide to run it. But we're ready for anything, and stopping him is going to be the key.
And Coach, I asked you last week, I'll ask you this week, just keeping the preparation, the mindset, the mentality the same. How huge is that, keeping your players in check, even though this is the state championship game in a sense?
We've done a good job of that all year, I think, just kind of staying in the moment and trying to play our football game. And that's going to be the case again this week. We're going to take it one week at a time, one more time, because there is nothing after this. So every practice that them seniors have, it's their last practice. Yesterday was their last Monday practice ever, and today's going to be their last Tuesday practice ever. So we're just soaking it up, and we're getting better.
And just what's the importance of the fan base? I know they traveled well to Poquoson, and I'm positive they will travel just as well to Salem on Saturday.
Yeah, it's essentially a home game for Glenvar. They're in Salem, so I wouldn't be surprised though if Strasburg doesn't have more people there than Glenvar does. I mean, we travel well, and there'll be a lot of purple there either way.
It is Strasburg and Glenvar in the Class 2 state title game right here on Kirby's Kickoff. Always a pleasure talking football with the head coach of the Strasburg Rams, Tripp. Coach, certainly appreciate your time. Wishing you all the best in the state title game. Thank you again, sir.
Thanks a lot, buddy.